I've seen all the reports about McGregor wanting to fight Oliveira and vice versa with Oliveira and McGregor. I really think he should focus on a fight with Nate Diaz. I know what you guys are thinking, saying, well, he's worth more than that. But here's the thing, those two don't like each other. But and also they also both respect each other so much. I think Nate and Conor would both agree with my statement right now, me saying there's not many more people outside of their own family and maybe some friends that either one respects more than each other. All right. Think about it. Nate Diaz is a big star now. People know him more now than ever because of Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor earned more respect as a legit mixed martial artist who can beat somebody his size outside of the featherweights because of Nate Diaz. All right. So that's a big deal for Conor, and it's a big deal for Nate Diaz also. I think obviously they're both worthy of being in the Hall of Fame. And I don't know if this is the end of their careers. I think Conor has some fight left. I know I made predictions about it. I've done a parody of him, but I respect the heck out of Conor McGregor. I'm a big fan of him. His ability to sell money, the fact that he's a multi-time world champion in the UFC, he's beaten all the greats. He's one of the greatest of all time. I think he's actually underrated as a fighter. That's awesome. Nate Diaz, same story, underrated, but he's never been champion. But so what? I mean, still a big deal. He'll always sell, regardless of who he fights. But I think this fight needs to happen because it would sell. It'd be a main event. It'd be a pay-per-view main event, and it would settle the score. And it's another trilogy. Those trilogy fights are going to sell, even if it's not for a title, if they're stars. They're both stars. So I think Dana White needs to make this fight happen. As far as a prediction, I'm not going to give that. I'm not going to pull for either guy more than the other. I love both fighters. They're both real fighters. They both will fight. They're both dogs. They don't pull out of fights or run away from fights necessarily. I know Conor would fight anybody given the chance. He's proven that throughout his career. Nate's the same way. They both obviously have a lot of respect for each other. And the promo would be amazing if these two fought. So I think that fight, as far as for business purposes, if Conor were to lose, he has nothing to lose if he loses this fight. He's already done everything. He doesn't need to fight anymore. But if he wins, he still makes himself more relevant in the fighting world than he already is. And he could jump right back in there for a title shot and say, hey, I won my last fight. Where's Charles Oliveira at? Or whoever the champ is. And Nate Diaz wins. Same thing. He's a money fight. I'm sure he would say the same thing. Hey, where's my title shot at, man? I just beat Conor again. They've both beaten each other, so beating one or the other is huge. And it's a redemption fight for Conor because he lost his last trilogy fight. I know he got hurt and all that, but clearly he wasn't winning that fight, at least within the first round. I mean, it's not fair to say that Dustin's better based off of one round because you didn't go that long. It didn't go that long. I don't want to say he didn't go that long. He got hurt. Not his fault. But Nate Diaz, it's still a money fight. It's a fight the fans want to see. I want to see it. I think fans would agree with that too. So if Conor does fight, have another fight, which he probably will, I'd say Nate Diaz needs to give him that fire, that desire to fight again, And think about it. They don't like each other. There's history. There's money in this fight. People will buy this pay-per-view fight. I would, So it's a huge fight, two of the most respected fighters of all time, Who doesn't want to see that fight? I know I do.